ने कृष्णा से जो प्रेयर्स की हैं, उन प्रेयर्स को माताजी हम सभी के साथ में डील करेंगे. So thank you so much, Mataji, for accepting our request and mercifully coming here. Over to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. सभी भक्तजनों को मेरा प्रणाम. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. Firstly, I would like to want to take the mercy of all the Vaishnavas present here. Please bless me so that whatever I have learned today from Prabhupada, from my Guru Maharaj and all senior devotees, I may able to share it with you by this pastime, by this sweet Krishna's pastime. Also, I request that whatever mistake may happen while I'm narrating this story, I'm narrating these prayers, please do forgive me for any mistakes I do it. Hare Krishna. Um, Today we will be discussing about, Mataji, in Hindi, English, what should be the
Mataji, as you wish. As you wish.
Okay. So today we will be discussing about very sweet pastime of Krishna and Rukmini Devi. Actually, everybody must be knowing about this pastime of Rukmini Devi writing a letter. अभी सब आप लोग पढ़ भी रहे थे उसके बारे में कि एक लेटर के बारे में जो रुक्मिणी जी ने लिखा था कृष्ण को. And that is actually a very sweet pastime. So, even though we have heard it, even though we know what's the climax of the story, we know everything what happened, but it is actually very, makes us happy when we keep on listening to the pastimes of Krishna again and again, just like we listen to Damodar Leela. जैसे दामोदर लीला पूरा एक महीने तक आते के पूरे एक महीने तक सुनते हैं, बार बार सुनते हैं, पर कभी ऐसा नहीं लगता कि अरे ये तो बोरिंग हो गया, ये क्या एक ही बात बार बार रोज रोज सुनो, कि वो बांधने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, बंद नहीं रहे हैं ऐसा. लेकिन हमें कभी नहीं लगता. हम हर साल पूरा एक महीने दामोदर लीला करते हैं, and with every day with the same enthusiasm. Similarly is this story. This is the narration of Rukmini Devi writing a letter to Krishna. This situation of Rukmini Devi when she's writing a letter to Krishna, actually is a situation of ours. How is urgent situation for Rukmini Devi to write a letter to Krishna? Similar situation is ours. So we'll move step by step. We'll go what's happening, and we'll take the lessons from the story. So how do actually Rukmini Devi came to know about Krishna? So when she used to stay at her father's place, many devotees would visit to her home. कई बड़े बड़े भक्त लोग उनके घर आया करते थे. जैसे उनमें सबसे ज्यादा प्रमुख जो थे वो थे नारद मुनि. नारद मुनि ही ने सबसे ज्यादा बड़े बड़े दिग्गज भक्त बनाए हैं. जैसे हमने देखा है, हमने भागवतम में पढ़ा है, जैसे ध्रुव महाराज है, प्रहलाद महाराज है. ऐसी रुक्मिणी देवी को भी जो इंस्पायर किया है कृष्ण के विषय में, वो सबसे बड़ा योगदान है नारद जी का. नारद जी उनके यहाँ जाते थे, कृष्ण के गुणगान करते थे, उनके गुणों का व्याख्यान करते थे, और सबसे ज्यादा उनके कितना उनमें पावर है, उनके वीर का व्याख्यान करते थे. अब यहाँ पे वीर वर्ड स्पेसिफिकली क्यों बोला गया था? ये भागवतम के 10th कैंटो 52nd चैप्टर में आता है, और स्पेसिफिकली ये श्लोक में ये वीर शब्द का प्रयोग करते हैं. वो क्यों करते हैं? क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली जो कृष्ण है उनको विवाह करने के लिए, रुक्मिणी जी के साथ विवाह करने के लिए फोर्स का यूज करना पड़ेगा, जो हम आगे भी सुनेंगे. तो स्पेसिफिकली रुक्मिणी जी इस चीज पर एम्फेसिस करती हैं. अब नारद उन्होंने इतना कुछ सुना कृष्ण के बारे में, so she gave all her heart to Krishna, like she had no other option. She did not want to consider anybody else apart from Krishna. अब सारे घर में भी उनके कन्विंस थे कि नहीं, कृष्ण से बढ़ के कोई नहीं है. Everybody was saying yes, we'll get Rukmini married to Krishna. But what happens? This Rukmini Devi's father consults everybody. He consults other kings as well. Even though there are certain kings which are enemy of Krishna, उनको भी पूछते हैं कि भाई कृष्ण सही है, मतलब मैं अपनी बेटी की शादी कृष्ण से करना चाहता हूँ, तो क्या ये सही है? Even they say it. Yes, you should get your daughter married to Krishna. You will find no other best son-in-law apart from Krishna. But there was one person Who said? He was Salve. Salve said ki nahi nahi nahi. He out of enviousness. He said that no, you should not get your daughter married to Krishna. And he also convinced Rukmi, brother of Rukmini Devi, that she should not get married to him. That's not the right choice for her. Instead, you should get your sister and your daughter married to Shishupal. He is the best match for her. Now, when Rukmini and everybody, and Rukmi convinces his father, and everybody in the house is now convinced to get that Rukmini Devi married to Shishupal. Now, Rukmini Devi is in very tense situation. Actually, this is a very tense situation. She has given all her heart to Krishna, and now she has been asked to marry somebody who she does not want to marry, and she has already given her heart to Krishna, and she does not think about anybody apart from him. Now she says, "What should I do in this situation?" Just let's contemplate what exactly would be her situation. She is in a situation, पूरा घर एक तरफ है कि नहीं हम तुम्हारी शादी शिशुपाल से करेंगे, and she does not wants to get married to Shishupal. She only wants to marry Krishna. She does not owns an empire, she does not owns an army, she does not possess wealth. What can she do it? She thinks to write down a letter to Krishna. This is the first, I would say, love letter of ever was written to Krishna. This is the first ever letter. And it is so impactful that it's still inspiring devotees till today and asking us to that we should also give our hearts to Krishna and ask Krishna's mercy that so that we also go back to Vrindavan, to Golok Vrindavan. Now, she has no resources apart from writing a letter. She has no other resources. She decides to write a letter. This is actually we should think on. We should actually contemplate on this situation. Many a times we think that मेरे पास ये सिचुएशन नहीं है, अगर मेरे पास काम नहीं होता या मेरे पास मैं फ्री होती या मेरे पास इतनी पढ़ाई नहीं होती या मेरे एग्जाम्स नहीं होते तो मैं अपनी भक्ति बहुत अच्छे से कर पाती. These are all excuses for not doing our devotion. We should never find excuses. Whatever is the situation, many devotees have faced very critical situations. They have been, been criticized by the family, by society. They have been tortured, but still they kept doing their chanting. Haridas Thakur, he kept doing. He was not Hindu, he was Muslim. बट उन्होंने क्या किया, उनको उनके समाज के लोग उनको क्रिटिसाइज करते थे कि तुम मुस्लिम हो और तुम हरि नाम करते हो. उनको कोड़े उनको बरसाए गए, उनको कोड़े पत्थरों से उनको मारा गया. बट व्हाट डिड ही डू? डिड ही गिव अप चैंटिंग? नो. ही इज टुडे एन आइडियल. Everybody wants, actually takes inspiration from him. Today we celebrate his Terobhav so enthusiastically, so that we get his mercy and we also get taste in chanting, right? So the situation for Rukmini Devi is very critical. She is in a very tense situation. Now she is writing a letter to Krishna. And writing a letter to Krishna, just imagine you have one shot to do it. There is one shot and your entire life is based on it. Now she has only one thing, that she can write a letter, and whatsoever she is going to write in this letter will be the deciding factor. Just like writing our exams, हम पेपर लिख कर आते हैं ना, उस पर डिसाइड होता है कि हम पास होंगे कि फेल भी होंगे. चलो पास हो गए तो हम फर्स्ट आएंगे कि नहीं आएंगे, फर्स्ट आएंगे तो हमारा हमारा सिलेक्शन आगे होगा नहीं होगा, राइट? Similar situation as Rukmini Devi's. She writes a letter, and she does not simply goes on writing a letter and mentioning anything and everything. No, she does, because she knows to whom she is addressing. She is addressing to Lord himself, to Krishna. So she has to be very strategic while writing. She'll have to explain her situation. She hasn't seen Krishna any time. She hasn't met Krishna before. Now whatever she has to write in this letter is the deciding factor of her future. So she'll write a letter very strategically. Tactfully, she is going to handle this situation, mentioning all the nitty-gritties, mentioning that why she is writing this letter, what is the purpose of writing this letter. So we'll read through it. We'll discuss on through it. So firstly, what in the shlokas from 38 to 43 actually mentions the entire story, the entire letter, and what she starts with. She is from the Vedic culture, right? People like what is the culture going on today is not the culture which was there in the past in the Vedic culture. Women used not to go out of the house to do any, I mean, to meet people around. They used to stay in home. They did not used to go out. अपने घर में रहते थे, घर के काम काज सीखते थे और घर में ही शिक्षा प्राप्त करते थे अपने माता से, अपने गुरुजनों से। अब उस समय में आप सोचो, एक पत्र लिखना है, एक एक अविवाहित स्त्री को पत्र लिखना है, तो शी स्टार्ट्स विद इट मेंशनिंग दैट आई नो आई एम नॉट सपोज्ड टू राइट दिस लेटर, बट आई एम राइटिंग दिस लेटर। Now she comes on to the second point, that you are, when she starts uh, telling about the qualities of Krishna, कि कृष्ण मतलब आप कितने गुणवान हैं, आप कितने she says that अच्युत भूव भुव सुंदर, she says that कि आप कितने सुंदर हैं, आप कितने गुणवान हैं, आपकी कितनी ख्याति है कि आप भक्तों के लिए आप कितना कुछ करते हैं। आपने वृंदावन में गोपियों के साथ, आपने गोपालों के साथ कितनी लीलाएं की हैं। आप बचपन से लेके बड़े तक आपने कितना अपने यहाँ पे वृंदावन में लीलाएं करते चले आ रहे हैं। बचपन से ही आपने इनकी रक्षा की है कि कैसे आपने पूतना का वध किया, कैसे आपने गिरिराज जी को धारण किया। She says that you are incomparable, you are unmatchable, unfallable, most importantly, and you are all powerful. She mentions this in her letter. And then she says, defending herself, obviously she is a Shatrani. वो खुद भी एक शत्राणी है, तो वो she knows how to handle the situation. She says that though I am writing this letter to you, it's not all 100% of my fault. It is actually 50% your fault. That because you are so great, that I am forced, that I have given all my heart to you, and I am forced to write this letter. Though it is against the Vedic culture, but still I am forced to write this letter. So she practically puts it half 50% on Krishna, that it is your fault as well, along with me. Now, she says that you are so all powerful and you have so good qualities, that because of which I am compelled by your qualities, and I want to marry you. Now she also tells about her own qualities, that she also belongs to a good family. She is from a culture family, that you are also from a culture family. Then she says that I know people would say that, do I possess a qualification to marry Krishna, to Lord himself? Then she says, might be I have done some punness in my past. I must have done some austerities in my past life. I may be qualified. And if there are something which has been missing out, अगर कुछ कम रह भी जाता है, तो आप उसको बराबर कर दोगे ना. You are all powerful. आपके पास तो सारा कुछ है ना. You have all the control. You are the controller. Right? So you can do it anyways. Like अगर मेरे में कुछ कमी रह भी जा रही है, कुछ गुणों में कमी है, तो आप उसको बराबर कर दोगे. आप उसको एक मान कर दोगे कि मैं आपसे शादी करने लायक हो जाऊं. Now she says that I want to marry only you, and this is my final decision. I will not get married to anybody else. If you by chance you have other other, you do not want to consider me for your marriage, then I'll birth after birth, I'll keep on doing austerities till you accept me. She says these lines to him, that to Krishna, कि अगर मैं इस जन्म में नहीं भी हूँ लायक, and you are not ready to consider me for marriage, I'll keep on doing austerities till I become eligible to be married to you. Now she has told all her heart. She has told him that what is her heart situation. Now obviously marriage is arranged for her. She is to get married to Shishupal tomorrow, and she is writing a letter to Krishna. So she has to make Krishna aware of the situation. What exactly is in the background? Now I have narrated on my heart. I'll have to tell thee what is going in my house, right? So she very smartly she mentions that marriage is arranged, and I'm getting married tomorrow. There are so many relatives and kings and everybody invited from all over the world, and I do not want that people to be disturbed because I desire this to be married to you. I want you to come along with your army to marry me. Just like we were just reading that Rakshas Vivah. इसको राक्षस विवाह कहते हैं, forcefully. लड़की को किडनैप करके ले जाना और शादी करना, ये this is राक्षस विवाह. This only Krishna when Krishna is doing is only justified. It is not justified for we materialistic peoples. It is not justified for us. It is only justified for Krishna. Krishna can do anything, and it is justified, right? Now she says, you come with your army. but do not disturb by just coming and just start fighting. No, I do not want people to, I do not want the war to happen. I want you marry me, then in defense you, whatever is to be done, you please do it. So you please to come with the army, and tomorrow I'll be going. There are hell lot of people around me, but you come along, come to me. I'll be going for Gauri Pujan, and while I'm returning, you can kidnap me from there. So see how smartly she has narrated entire thing. So do you realize she is a devotee of Krishna? She is a sincere devotee of Krishna. At the same time, she knows how to handle the situation. When the crisis situation has come up, she knows how to handle the situation, how to plan out the situation. This actually teaches us that we are sincere, we have to become a sincere devotee of Krishna. We need not to find excuses for not doing sadhana. Rather, we should plan out our day, we should plan out our life, that how we can go on increasing our sadhana, how we can move ahead in our devotional services. And ultimately, what is that Krishna will be convinced that yes, this devotee is actually sincere. Radharani will recommend us to Krishna, that yes, she is sincere. She should go back to Guru Vrindavan. So this is how the story is being narrated. Now, when she has written all these things in a letter, and she sends out this letter with a in the hands of Brahman. Just imagine such a confidential information she is sending out. She is sending out her heart, which is written in this letter, in a letter form to with the Brahman. And this Brahman carries this letter all the way to Krishna, to Dwarka, from Vidarbha to the Dwarka, and he has to travel, he has to run and get it delivered on time, because this is a crisis situation and Rukmini Devi's life is on stake because of this letter. Now, this Brahman takes this letter to Krishna, and Krishna trusts this Brahman on basis of what? That his devotee has trusted that by sending this letter in the hands of Brahman, Krishna does not doubts about Brahman's integrity, that he might have read this letter in on the way. No, he does not doubts this. Why? Because he knows that this letter has been handed over to this Brahman by his sincere devotee. So Krishna trusts his devotees. So whosoever is being trusted by his devotees, Krishna directly trusts him. Now Krishna asked this Brahman that you read aloud this letter. Just imagine what level of trust Krishna has on his sincere devotees. Then this Brahman reads out that letter. Krishna does all the planning. That yes, tomorrow I'll have to go to Vidarbha with my army, and all plan has already been narrated by Rukmini Devi, and this has to be executed. Now he goes to he moves to the Vidarbha. Rukmini Devi is not aware about the situation. Krishna knows everything what is happening in this world. He knows that how Rukmani Devi got inflicted towards him. What is the situation in Vidarbha? He is Sarvagyani, right? He knows everything, whatever is happening. Now, Rukmani Devi has not a single, uh, uh, not a single clue that what is actually going to happen with her. She goes for Gauri Pujan. While returning, she keeps on. She had a lot of confusion in her mind. क्या हुआ होगा, वो पत्र समय पे पहुंचा होगा कि नहीं, ब्राह्मण ने वो लेटर दिया दे पाया होगा कि नहीं, दे दिया होगा तो क्या कृष्ण ने पढ़ा होगा कि नहीं, कृष्ण ने पढ़ा होगा तो क्या कृष्ण ने कंसिडर किया होगा कि नहीं, और अगर कंसिडर किया होगा तो क्या पता वो रास्ते में आए हों और किसी देवी देवता ने उनसे बोला हो कि नहीं ये इतना एलिजिबल नहीं है। जैसे मैं तो शंकर जी की पूजा नहीं करती, तो क्या पता शंकर जी ने कह दिया हो कि ये तो मेरी पूजा नहीं करती, तो तुम इसको कंसिडर मत करो। या मैं गौरी या गौरी माता जिनका मैं पूजन के लिए अभी आई हूँ, ने कहा कि इसने मुझसे तो कभी रिक्वेस्ट नहीं की, तो आप इसको इसकी रिक्वेस्ट मत मानो। क्या पता क्या उनको ही लगा हो कि मैं एलिजिबल नहीं हूँ और वो आधे रास्ते से लौट गए हो। शी हैज ऑल डाउट्स इन हर माइंड। नाउ she is just there are eyes in her there are sorry there are tears in her eyes, and she thinks that maybe this is not the right time, maybe this is not the right time that I'll be married to Krishna. And just tears roll down her eyes. And as the tears roll down her eyes, Brahman comes running towards her. And she is happy now that whatever may be the answer, whatever may be the now the conclusion of the letter, but yes, this Brahman has been able to deliver my letter to Krishna. I have actually narrated my feelings to Krishna. I have been able to deliver that. Now Brahman comes running and says Rukmani Devi that Krishna is there in Vidarbha with all his army. Now she is very happy. She walks with the garland in her hand, and while she's moving through the sabha, everybody looks at her and everybody admires her. Though they have come to attend the marriage of Shishupal and Rukmani Devi, but everybody looks at Rukmani Devi and sees, oh God, she's so beautiful. We have never seen such a beautiful girl. They all feel like, why am I not getting married to Rukmani Devi? And everybody is like engrossed in her beauty. But then only Krishna comes in just a glimpse of time and just takes Rukmani Devi away from everybody's eyes, away from the sabha. And while they are back to their senses, when they realize that what exactly happened, that where is Rukmani Devi, Krishna has gone far away from the sabha. Now they realizes Shishupal and Rukmi says, what all are you doing? अभी आराम से क्या देख रहे हो? चलो अभी खाने पीने का टाइम नहीं है. शादी शादी तो पता नहीं होगी नहीं होगी. अब तो लड़ने का टाइम है. लड़ाई का टाइम आ गया. So they get their armies ready for fight. They have to do a war with now Krishna. Now Krishna has gone far away from the Sabha, and the entire army of Shishupal and Rukmi follows him. And they have surrounded the Krishna's Sena from all sides. अभी कृष्ण की सेना को चारों तरफ से घेर लिया है शिशुपाल की सेना ने और रुक्मी की सेना ने. जस्ट इमेजिन सच अ जीने मरने वाली सिचुएशन आ गई है. मतलब वॉर सिचुएशन आ चुकी है. अभी कृष्ण ये भी सोच सकते हैं ना कि कहाँ के कहाँ हमने मगज मागरी डाल ली है. और ये देखो ना, ये एक शादी के चक्कर में इतनी लड़ाई बढ़ाई. अच्छा भला मैं द्वारका में था, बिना बात का विदर्भ में आ गया और इतना लड़ाई झगड़ा में पड़ गया. But Krishna is happy. He is just smiling. He is all relaxed. And instead, Rukmini Devi, who actually planned out all the situation and told what exactly to do, she is tense now. She said that I just wanted to marry Krishna, and what has happened? Now I have endangered his life as well because of me. And she is so tense. And she looks at Krishna, and Krishna is all smiling. This is also actually a lesson for us. When there are two people, let's say there are two friends or a husband wife. So when one is tensed, the second person should not be tense at the same time. Or else what will happen? Both will start fighting or start blaming each other for the situation, that कि तुमने कहा था ऐसा करने के लिए, इसके लिए इतना इतना दिक्कत हो गया, सब हमारे पीछे पड़ गए. So this is actually a lesson for us. When one person is tense, the other person should be relaxed. कि नहीं, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. Everything will be relaxed. Everything will be sorted out. Everything is happening actually with Krishna's mercy, Krishna's plan. So we should also think the same way. When there is one person with us who is tense, let's not be tense with that person and start creating havoc situation, right? So now she is very tense and she looks at Krishna, what exactly has to be done. And Krishna very smilingly does what? This is actually the climax of entire story. And this is actually the most beautiful part of the entire story. Krishna hands over the control of that chariot to Rukmini Devi. Just imagine, he does not hold the control of chariot with him. He gives जो बागदौड़ है उस रथ की, वो कृष्ण रुक्मणी देवी के हाथ में थमा देते हैं. और पता है वो कितने अच्छे से क्या बोलते हैं? कहते हैं, आप देवी आप चिंता मत कीजिए. Your entire Sena, your entire army, Dwarka's army, he is referring to Dwarka's army, will defeat Shishupal and Rukmi's army. Just imagine. There had not been more than seconds when Rukmini Devi and Krishna have met for the first time, and there is a warlike situation, and Krishna is all relaxed, and instead he has handed over everything, whatever he has, to Rukmini Devi. This is what Krishna is. This is how Krishna loves his devotees. Krishna is actually waiting for us. That we have doubts in our heart that पता नहीं हम इतनी भक्ति करते हैं, हम इतनी माला करते हैं, हम 16 माला भी करते हैं, हम अच्छे से सारा साधना चार्ट फॉलो करते, पता नहीं हमारा कुछ होगा कि नहीं होगा, हम भगवत धाम वापस जाएंगे कि नहीं जाएंगे, अच्छा वो अंतिम नारायण स्मृति होगी कि नहीं होगी. सब भक्त लोग कहते हैं कि सारी जिंदगी भजन करो, इतनी उम्र से करो तो हम भजन करेंगे तो हम अंतिम नारायण स्मृति होगी, और अगर नहीं हुई तो क्या हुआ, तो क्या कृष्ण हमें ले नहीं जाएंगे? Actually one devotee asked Prabhupada about this, that Prabhupada, I am chanting Harinam and I am doing my whole sadhana properly. But is there a guarantee that I'll be delivered back to Golok Vrindavan? अगर मुझे आखिरी मोमेंट में मुझे नहीं आया अंतिम नारायण स्मृति जिसके लिए हम इतना मेहनत कर रहे हैं, अगर नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा? तो क्या मैं वापस वृंदावन नहीं जाऊंगा? कृष्ण मुझे यहीं छोड़ देंगे? So you know what Prabhupada replies? He says Krishna does not sees the only one thing that has missed out. He sees कितना तुमने किया है, कितना नहीं किया ना, उन पर फोकस नहीं करते. Because he is Krishna. He is not like us who focuses on what is not there. He focuses on what is there actually. This is what Krishna has. That is why we say that do not think that हम इतनी साधना करते हैं, हमारा रिजल्ट होगा नहीं होगा, हम करते करते जा रहे हैं, हम फॉलो कर रहे हैं, हम ये साधना कर रहे हैं, वो साधना कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं. We have to do what is best we can do it. If I can give 5 hours for sadhana, if I can give 1 hour for sadhana, but am I giving this 100% of 1 hour to Krishna, which is most important? It is not the number of hours which matters. It is the devotion which matters. It is the sincerity which matters. I do 16 rounds. I may do 64 rounds as well. But a person who is doing 64 rounds and a person who is doing 16 rounds, a person who is doing 16 rounds with whole sincerity, with 100% sincerity, and 64 rounds like I am माला हाथ में है और लेते लेते मोबाइल हाथ से चलाया, अच्छा अरे इसका मैसेज आया, उसको रिप्लाई नहीं किया, अच्छा चलते चलते मम्मी आज खाने में क्या बनाया है, अरे यार मैंने आज वो एग्जाम के लिए पढ़ाई नहीं किया, अरे कल पेपर है, ऐसा है. अगर ये सारे ख्याल भी चलते जा रहे हो और मेरी 64 माला भी चलती जा रही है, तो कृष्णा knows no 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 no, he is not serious about me. He is actually worried about the all other activities which are around her. She is not focused on me. Krishna wants all our attention to him. Just like we hear it in जो एक पास टाइम है कृष्ण का, जब यशोदा माता उनको दूध पिला रही होती है और वो दूध उफनता है, और वो दूध उफनता हुए को वो बंद करने के लिए भागती हैं और कृष्ण को जमीन पर रख देती है, तो कृष्ण को कितना गुस्सा आ जाता है कि why is not your 100% attention in me, why is your half mind there in kitchen? So he feels offended, and what does he does? He breaks all the pots which is filled with makhan and everything and butter, and he पूरा फर्श को गंदा कर देते हैं और यशोदा माता को गुस्सा आता है, and then the Damodar Lila starts, right? So basically from this entire narration, from this entire pastime, the most important point is that we should have no doubts that will Krishna actually listening to our prayers or not? Are we we will go back to Golok Vrindavan? कृष्ण को 100% हम पे कॉन्फिडेंस है, हमारे अंदर डाउट है. वी हैव टू क्लैरिफाई दैट हमें डाउट नहीं रखना है, हमें सिर्फ साधना पे फोकस करना है, हमें अपना 100% साधना को देना है, हमें जितना मैक्सिमम हम कोशिश कर सकते हैं हम अपना along with our studies. You all must be having your school liabilities, your college liabilities, थोड़ी बहुत घर की भी liabilities होती हैं. We are girls, we have liabilities at our home as well, to help out our mothers, to help out our siblings as well, right? So along with those duties, we should be sincere that apart from all these things, there should be one time which is devoted 100% to Krishna. That is why we all tell it कि सुबह मंगला करना चाहिए, सुबह मंगल जो मंगला के टाइम में हमारा भजन करना चाहिए, क्योंकि उस समय में हम कुछ और काम नहीं कर सकते, राइट? उस समय कोई मुझसे 4:30 बजे कोई मुझे नहीं कहेगा कि कुकिंग करना है, until unless किसी को 6 बजे ऑफिस जाना है, तो कोई मुझसे 4:30 बजे नहीं बोलेगा कि आप खाना बनाना है, प्रसाद रेडी कर दो, राइट? तो we should try that we can do maximum sadhana in the morning hours when there is disturbance free, when there are no people around. Like for you people, you have your study education liabilities as well. तो अब पढ़ाई के साथ साथ obviously वही टाइम पढ़ाई का भी होता है and वही टाइम हमारी साधना का. So match it this way that your studies are also not being compromised, your sadhana is also not compromised. Both the things have to go parallelly. ये ट्रेन के ट्रैक की तरह है, दोनों को चीजों को पैरेलल चलाना पड़ेगा. यू कैन नॉट मिस वन ट्रैक और एल्स यू विल बी लेफ्ट आउट. At this we have to go, the ultimate goal of our life is to go back to Golok Vrindavan, and at the same time we have to do activities. हमें अपने जीवन निर्वाह के लिए भी कुछ activities करनी पड़ेंगी. We cannot sit idle. Prabhupada never said they sit idle and do nothing. You have to do your jobs, whatever is your responsibilities, roles and responsibilities. You'll have to do it. At the same time, do the sadhana as well. Both the things have to go parallelly. Now, one more thing which I feel from this pastime, from Rukmani Devi's pastime and Krishna's pastime, is that whatever prayers we do it to Krishna, they are never unanswered. We should never think that uh, जो भी हम भगवान के साथ वार्तालाप करते हैं, हम कृष्ण के साथ वार्तालाप करते हैं, it is not that we are just talking to deities which have no emotions. They are listening to us. They get answered. When we talk about getting answered, it is not the materialistic prayers which are to be answered. It are the spiritual prayers to be answered. Right? When we pray to Krishna, when we beg Radharani that we want your mercy so that we get taste in chanting, she definitely hears to it that yes, this devotee has sincere desire to get taste in Harinam. It is very easy for Krishna to give us worldly things. It is very easy for him to give those worldly things. If we ask for Krishna कि मेरी बहुत अच्छी जॉब लग जाए, मैं PSCs clear कर लूँ, the most rated profile we would say, PSCs clear कर लूँ. It is very easy for Krishna to give all these things. It is not a difficult task. But what is difficult for Krishna and what is actually hard for Krishna to give us is Krishna himself. And what the Rukmani Devi is trying to get from this lecture is Krishna himself. She is not asking for three worlds of pleasure. Krishna can give him. Why can't Krishna give? Krishna can give her anything. He has all the things, right? But Rukmini Devi is asking for Krishna himself. We actually learn from the all the pastimes of Krishna's devotee and Krishna, like gopis. Gopis did not ask for things which are of pleasure, of material pleasure. Gopis asked for Krishna himself. In one of the pastimes which I remember now, once when Krishna was there with the gopis in the Ras Leela, and for a while Krishna is away from that Ras Leela. Gopis worry about it where Krishna has left, and they're searching for Krishna everywhere. And all of a sudden they are searching for Krishna in the forest everywhere. They're searching, but they are not able to find Krishna. And all of a sudden, Mahavishnu appears and asks the gopis that what is your desire? I'm there. You ask for anything, I'll give you anything, whatever you desire for. And what does gopis ask? They ask for, I just want that. Can you please tell me where the Krishna has gone? Which way Krishna has gone? मतलब भगवान स्वयं उनके सामने खड़े हैं और उनसे पूछ रहे हैं कि तुम्हें क्या चाहिए, मैं तुम्हारी साधना से बहुत खुश हूँ, तुम्हें क्या चाहिए तो वो मांगो. लेकिन गोपियों का भाव क्या है? गोपियों का भाव सिर्फ ये है कि वो ये जानना चाहती है कि कृष्ण किस रास्ते से निकल गए, ताकि वो उस रास्ते पे वापस जाके कृष्ण को ढूंढ सके. उन्हें और कुछ नहीं चाहिए, उन्हें सिर्फ कृष्ण ही चाहिए, which is actually most important, and it is difficult for Krishna to give. That is actually difficult for Krishna to give. Just like we hear about the Sudama's pastime, Sudama and Krishna pastime. Sudama came to Krishna and met Krishna. And what did he bring with him? He had only थोड़े से जो उनके पास चावल थे, जो वो भी जो उनने आसपास के घरों से मांगे था, उनके वो तो इतने, he was so poor that he did not even have rice at his home. And he begged for those rice, that I should not go empty handed to my friend's house. And when he sees that the king, his palaces and everything, and he has all the riches in the world, he feels shy that how should I give him these rice? What will I say, that did I bring these rice to him? But Krishna knows everything. And what does Krishna says कि तुम मेरे लिए, भाभी ने मेरे लिए क्या भेजा है, तुम वो मुझे दो, तुम छुपाओ मत, तुम मेरे हिस्से का तुम खाओ मत. उनको बोलते हैं, right? And when whatever he had, when whatever Sudama had, and he gives it to Krishna. And what does Krishna gives in return? That Krishna starts giving ek log de diya, dusra log de diya, right? And then Rukmani Devi have to stop Krishna, that Prabhu, what are you doing? You are just going to give everything to Sudama. And Krishna replies in this. जब सुदामा के जो भी उनके सक्षम में था, उन्होंने उसको दिया, जो कुछ भी उनके पावस में था उन्होंने उसको दिया. वो मुझे देने की उन्हें कोशिश की, उन्होंने मुझे दिया. So I have only these things in power, so I'm giving very small amount to him, right? Now this is actually we learn from the Krishna's pastime with his sincere devotees, that how Krishna reciprocates to his devotees. And this is the learning for us, that we should try to develop sincere devotion towards Him. And the best time actually is tomorrow's day. Tomorrow is the most auspicious day. Tomorrow is the Gaur Purnima, Mahaprabhu's Avirbhav, right? So we have to sincerely pray to Mahaprabhu that please give your mercy so that I may develop in taste in chanting, and I also chant sincerely so that I may attain this devotional service in my heart and improve my devotional service so that I also come back to Golok Vrindavan and should never return back to this materialistic world. So here I would like to end this narration. And if any doubts or any questions or any feedbacks are there, I mean, it's most welcome. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol.
Hare
Thank you so much, Mataji, for this wonderful session. It was really so beautifully narrated. It's so amazing that our Krishna is so merciful and comforting. But still, unlike Rukmini Devi, we tend to take shelter of mortal beings in this world and not accepting Krishna's and Guru Maharaj's shelter. It's only Krishna who can love us and accept us with all our imperfections, and who is our best friend. It was really very nice and so sweetly narrated. You are so sweet. ऐसा लग रहा है अभी तक कहाँ छुपे थे आप और हम क्यों नहीं आपको अप्रोच कर पाए अभी तक. It was so
Mercy
nice.
Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So if
I
anybody is having any, yeah, yeah, Mataji.
Mataji, I would actually request all the devotees. I mean, I am very insignificant in narrating any pastimes of Krishna. I have no knowledge of narrating it. Whatever mistakes I may have done it while narrating this pastime, please forgive me for this. I would say this.
We are so
For any
fortunate to have
questions?
you, Mataji, in Bhopal. So we can get your association regularly in temple also. So yes, if anybody is having any questions related to the session, so can ask Mataji, anyone, or any feedbacks. Anmol
Yeah.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much Mataji for such a sweet session. It was really amazing. Eager to meet you tomorrow. Mataji, my question is that tomorrow is Gaur Purnima, so what kind of services the girls of ITF, can do tomorrow in
Uh,
temple?
what kind of? Can you please repeat Mataji question?
What kind of services we can do for girls tomorrow?
Okay, Mataji. When we talk about services, firstly, I would say that as I have learned from senior devotees, we should firstly try to chant more rounds. I mean, because tomorrow is the most auspicious day, and we should pray to Mahaprabhu for his mercy. And we should try that if we are chanting 16 rounds, we should try to chant 25 rounds. This is firstly thing which is for the enhancement of our devotional progress, that is which is most important. Next is when we come to the temple part. So we can ask the senior devotees, Dharmendra Krishna Prabhu, Prasanand Prabhu, so whatever devotees may suggest for the services in the temple. Apart from this, which I personally feel is that we should actually find time on this auspicious day to do extra mile in our devotional, in our sadhana chart. Whatever we do it, we should do it extra mile for it, because tomorrow is the most auspicious day. So we'll be actually getting bonus point on doing extra sadhana tomorrow.
Very well. Thank you, Mataji. So tomorrow, all the IGF girls are requested to come a little early than the program, like 4 p.m. or 4:30, so that we can do services like juice making and other things for Abhishek, etc., decoration, etc. So Prabhuji has messaged this. So you may try to come early. Rageshwari Mataji, would you like to say something? Very well.
Hare Krishna Mataji Pranam. It was a very nice session. Thank you so much. And Mataji, I would just would like you to tell 2-3 mantras. Mantras in the sense 2-3 points to keep in mind while serving tomorrow, while chanting tomorrow, as regards to Gaur Purnima.
Okay, Mataji. Um, Mataji, I have been hearing lectures of some of the very senior devotees. and His Grace Anandavan Prabhu, and I have been attending classes of him as well. And he actually insists on whenever there are so auspicious days like Gaur Purnima or any Tirobha or Abarbha of any senior, very are from our paramparas, from gurus from our paramparas. So he actually focuses that we should try to chant very sincerely from the heart, and also at the same time when we try to chant we should firstly try to take mercy. We should beg for the Radharani's mercy, that today whenever we start our chanting we should actually pray to Radharani, because we cannot directly approach Krishna. We do not have that much competency that we can directly approach Krishna. So there should be somebody who could apply jack for us, right? Who can recommend for us. So recommendation can be done from our Guru Maharaj, from Prabhupada, from Radharani. So before we chant tomorrow, we should actually pray to Radharani, to Prabhupada, to our Guru Maharaj, that please, that today whatever chanting I do it, I may do chanting sincerely. Also, at the same time when we are trying to chant we should try to focus on what we are saying. I mean, when we try to chant we should not be thinking about it, even though sometimes it happens that we are thinking about Krishna, but we are actually it has not been recommended. It's not like, don't just like Prabhupada mentioned that the only task which you have to do while chanting is just listen, and you are speaking and you have to do listening, that's it. Also, apart from this is what about his chanting is, इसके साथ हम क्या कर सकते हैं कि tomorrow we should hear more about गौर कथा, right? तो कल के दिन जितनी ज्यादा हो सकता है हम लाइव क्लासेस जो हैं जो हमारे मंदिर में होती हैं उनको लाइव क्लासेस हम सुन सकते हैं. Apart from it, whenever we are not attending the live classes in the temple, we can listen to the Gaur Kathas. Generally in the YouTube's there would be tomorrow just blast of Gaur Kathas, right? Many senior devotees, Guru Maharaj himself would be giving classes on Gaur Katha. So this is the basic. We should do it on the auspicious days, and actually tomorrow is the most auspicious day because Mahaprabhu is Krishna with the bhav of Radharani, right? So if Mahaprabhu is happy with us, then nobody can stop us from going back to Golok Vrindavan. So this is our main intention tomorrow, that we have to impress Mahaprabhu by our sadhana. So the maximum we can do it. We should be involved in the temple service. We should be involved in we must be having some our daily routine task as well at home. Apart from that, whatever time we get it, we should focus on chanting and hearing Gaur Katha, Krishna Katha. That is I would say, the recommended way of doing it. I mean, spending tomorrow's day. And definitely tomorrow we'll be celebrating Gaur Purnima very enthusiastically in the evening with every devotee in the temple. Yeah. I hope, Mataji, I answered your question.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. And we would like to सबको बताना चाहेंगे कि आज हमारे आईजीएफ के जो एक लीडर हैं, बहुत मेन लीडर हैं, एक तरह से पिलर है आईजीएफ का, खुशी माताजी, उनका आज बर्थडे है, कृष्णा कॉन्शियस बर्थडे. So Mataji, you can wish her, and all the other devotees also can clarify us who know her personally, और कुछ भी जो बोलना चाहते हैं उनके विषय में तो आप बता सकते हैं. So one by one, we'll start with Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Happy Krishna conscious birthday to you. And may this be your last birth and you never come back to this materialistic world and you go back to Golok Vrindavan. This is the heartiest wishes I want to give you.
Hari Bol. The biggest blessing. So, Anmol Mataji.
Hare Krishna. A very happy Krishna conscious birthday, dear Kuchi Mataji. And kindly forgive me for such late wishes. मैं आप सभी को बताना चाहूंगी कि खुशी माता जी की एक बहुत ही प्यारी क्वालिटी है कि वो जनरली जो वुमेन होती हैं अगर वो आसपास चार औरतें बैठी हैं तो वो किसी की बुराई करती हैं या बैक बिचिंग करती हैं, बट खुशी माता जी अगर कोई उनके साथ बैठा है तो वो कृष्ण कथा सुन ही लेगा, चाहे प्रभुपाद जी के बारे में हो, चाहे कृष्णा के बारे में हो, चाहे चैतन्य महाप्रभु के बारे में हो. वो हर बार कोई ना कोई ऐसी पास टाइम शेयर कर देंगी जो आपके दिमाग में रहेगी और आप उसको बार बार रियलाइज करेंगे जब तक आप उनसे नेक्स्ट टाइम नहीं मिलते। हरे कृष्णा।
Yes, it's so true. I am
Very
experiencing this
cool.
in college. Yeah. All right. Next, Rageshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, happiest Krishna conscious birthday, Khushi Mataji. A wonderful devotee, I must say. Such a small age, yet so curious, so enthusiastic to always know about Krishna, Radharani. Always so much determined for serving the lordships, and वो जो चमक होती है भक्ति की आंखों में सदैव चमकती है. So you always are kind of an inspiration for me. So may Lord Shyama Sundar and Srimati Radharani always bless you and always keep in association with devotees. And may you always steadily progress in devotion and go back to Godhead soon. Hari Bol.
Very good. Thank you, Rageshwari Mataji. Megha Mataji, if it's too much time taking, or if you have any household responsibilities, then we are very sorry. If you want, you may leave, or if you want, you can be here.
No
Yes,
problem,
it's
Mataji.
okay.
I will get a chance to know about Khushi Mataji more through
Hari,
this forum.
thank you so much. All right, Rohini, you would like to speak anything? You were there with Khushi in Mayapur Yatra, right? Rohini, Darshini. Hare Krishna.
She's unmute, but voice is not coming.
Oh. Rohini Tiwari. Yeah.
Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Mataji. Yeah, my first teacher introduced me to Krishna consciousness, and I remember all the lessons you have given us regarding Prabhupada, regarding Krishna, and the pastimes were just so blissful. I still relish them. So thank you so much for being a teacher of mine and teaching me about Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Rohini. Mahi, would you like to speak?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna all of you. A very happy birthday, Khushi Mataji. A very happy Krishna conscious birthday, Mataji. I have no words to say to you.
All right, Hare Krishna. So Mahi is a young devotee. She's studying in, she's a school going devotee. और बहुत अच्छे से classes लेती है, सुनती है. Thank you so much. So if anyone else want to glorify her, then can raise her hand. By the time मैं माता जी को introduce करना चाहती हूँ खुशी से, शायद माता जी इतना ज़्यादा familiar नहीं होंगे, लेकिन माता जी when we were in school together, so खुशी was very much interested to hear हरि कथा, और अभी भी यदि आप उससे मिलेंगे ना, so you can understand कि वो कितना गहन रुचि रखती है भगवान की कथा सुनने में. So in the school times also she would always ask me about कि कौन कृष्णा है और कैसे श्रील प्रभुपाद ने प्रचार किया और क्या कथा है, जामिल की कथा, ये वो, तो सारी कथा वो सुना करती थी. और अब ऐसा है कि कॉलेज में हम लोग साथ में हैं, तो वो मुझे कथा सुनाया करती है एंड आई रियलिश इट. सो वो इतना अच्छा लगता है
That's
मुझे,
nice.
और उसके मुख से एक बार सुनने के बाद कोई भूल नहीं सकता. इतने प्यारे ढंग से आराम से वो सुनाती है. सो इट्स रियली वेरी प्लीजिंग और बहुत सिंसियर है. और आपको सुन के आश्चर्य होगा कि खुशी पहले कनेक्ट हुई थी जब ISKCON से, उसने अपने पूरे परिवार को, पूरा जॉइंट फैमिली साथ में रहते हैं वो लोग, प्रेम से सभी को उसने भक्त बना लिया. अपने मम्मी
Hare
पापा,
Bol.
2 बहनें चाहत एंड मुस्कान, एंड ऑल आर सर्विंग इन ISKCON. और कईयों का तो शेल्टर हो गया है, किसी का जय पताका महाराज से, किसी का हिजोलेनस राधा गोविंद
Hare
महाराज से,
Bol.
एंड पूरी फैमिली ऑफ कृष्णा कॉन्शियस है. तो वैसे
Hare
तो
Bol.
बहुत कुछ है बोलने के लिए, लेकिन
These
हमारे
are
पास टाइम
actually the
लिमिट है.
qualities of sincere devotees.
हाँ, yes. Well, thank you so much, Mataji. A very happy Krishna conscious birthday to Khushi again, and may you serve Krishna and Guru Maharaj eternally. All right,
हरे
so
कृष्णा
we'll end
माता
here.
जी.
हरे कृष्णा. Yes, खुशी
Thank
माता
you
जी को तो
so
बोलने का अवसर ही नहीं मिला. Yes, माता जी बोलिए.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. Mataji, ये सेशन मुझे बिल्कुल आवश्यकता नहीं थी इसकी. मैं बिल्कुल लायक नहीं हूँ. ये जो भी गुण है ये केवल केवल एसोसिएशन से है भक्तों के. जैसे श्रील प्रभुपाद भी कहते थे, जस्ट रिमेन इन एसोसिएशन ऑफ डिवोटीज एंड योर लाइफ विल बी सक्सेसफुल. तो मेरा इसमें कुछ भी नहीं है, केवल श्रील प्रभुपाद जी का है और सारे भक्त हैं. आयुषी माता जी के संग में रहकर जो भी थोड़ा बहुत मुझे आता है मैं उसी को सब में शेयर करती हूँ. और आप सभी इसी तरह मुझे ब्लेसिंग्स दीजिए और प्रार्थना करिए कि मैं आगे बढ़ पाऊँ और श्रील प्रभुपाद जी के मूवमेंट में कुछ अपना योगदान दे पाऊँ. हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्णा. ऑल ग्रेस टू श्रील प्रभुपाद. हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा. तो एक बार हम सब लोग साथ में अनम्यूट करके हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र बोल सकते हैं एज थैंकिंग माता जी. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे,
Hare
हरे राम राम
Hare.
राम हरे हरे. जय 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 श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. मेघा माता जी की जय. हरि बोल.